All right, good morning everyone, or good afternoon to some of you. This is Adam Laub with STEALTHsession Technologies. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to go ahead and get started here, even though we're probably expecting some more to join us, so if we hear any dings in the background, don't worry about that. We'll just keep forging ahead. We want to be respectful to your time as we only have a half hour today to take you through our topic of discussion, which is the newly enhanced Mailbox action module within the Stealth Audit Management platform. And so we're going to go ahead and get things kicked off here, like I said, and dive right into it. So from an agenda perspective today, I'd like to start with some quick introductions of who's on the line from the StealthSession side, a quick overview of what we're going to be covering today, and also let you know that we'll be opening up for questions at the end of the call. So if you have any and want to ask interactively as we go through things, you can leverage the GoToWebinar question and chat dialog boxes that you see in your interface. Don't be bashful about asking questions. We might not answer them immediately, but we will make sure we answer all of them before we end the call. So just from the StealthSession side here, once again, my name is Adam Laub. I'm VP of Product Marketing. I'm going to be getting us kicked off here and pointed in the right direction. And along with me, I have Brett Fernicola, who is our Director of Engineering R&D. He's going to be taking you through the more technical portion of today's presentation. So what we're doing here, this is actually week 2 of our new StealthSession series, pretty much designed to highlight specific solutions of interest within our product, as well as how we help address some of the hot topics that you're hearing out there today across the Microsoft technology platform. So just so you're aware, next week's session is actually going to be focusing on our new SharePoint solution set within the product, more specifically around controlling SharePoint sites. So if you're interested in that, please let your associated sales representatives know, and they'll make sure you get the registration link and all of that so that you can participate in that call as well. So again, from an agenda perspective, we're going to be focusing on a new enhancement to our existing Mailbox action module for the remediation and normalization of mailbox permissions and delegates as an actionable component of our product. We'll cover both the permissions and the delegates functionality separately, and then we'll open it up to Q&A at the end of the call as described. So getting right into it here, starting with permissions, let's talk a little bit about the problem that you're all facing out there today with concern to permissions, and then how we'll actually help you address those problems. So as most of you know, if you've had any experience with the product in the past, or as you could probably glean from the information that's been provided to you if you're not familiar with the product, we can do a whole lot about or around auditing and reporting upon the permissions associated to your mailboxes in the organization, as well as the delegate rights assigned, in addition to even mailbox rights within Active Directory on the user's account. So we can give you all angles of access into the mailbox and who effectively has access to it. And the bottom line when you boil it all down to permissions is essentially, regardless of where you're setting these permissions, whether they're in Exchange, SharePoint, file system, Active Directory, they get messy over time. And even if you've done a lot to try to mitigate the problems with permissions in your environment by trying to normalize things across the board, sometimes the effort itself to go out and fix the problems is the hardest task, even if you're able to identify them easily. The other thing is that with compliance regulations and a lot of the hot security topics these days, more pressure is being put on you, the administrator, to go out and make sure that your mailboxes and public folders and other aspects of your messaging environment are locked down and secure. So we understand those problems. We can make short work of allowing you to at least see the scope and size of the problem in your environment, but really what we're going to be covering today is where this component comes in to actually take you the rest of the way in fixing the problem. So what we're going to help you with right out of the gate with this solution is, along with the functionality provided in the action module, we're actually going to be providing you a number of out-of-the-box views that will focus on some of the common issues with permissions that you'll find probably in your environments. And those are things like identifying where the most common and prevalent issues issues reside, like default and anonymous access being set incorrectly, change from what you had originally configured for your mailboxes, or even those types of permissions missing from your default folders, and being able to go out there, fix where the anomalies occur, even go out and provision permissions to the mailboxes in bulk and fix them across all of your mailboxes in a single shot. Additionally, there are things like stale and zombie SIDs being applied to your mailboxes, or even disabled accounts within Active Directory. We can help you identify where those conditions exist, and again, give you a couple clicks to fix the problem across the board. So the next section, as explained, is going to be around the delegates functionality. And one of the main things in this particular area that is a challenge for those of you out there today, perhaps, is that delegates, while essentially the same type of functionality as the permissions, the thing that makes it a little bit tricky is that even if you remove the particular user from having delegate access to the mailbox itself, simply the action of giving someone delegate access will also apply permissions down at the folder level itself. So when you remove a delegate from someone's mailbox, it's common that you're going to want to remove those permissions as well. So we've taken that into account and have provided you some nice options in terms of removing those permissions along with the delegate, also modifying the different settings for delegate access, removing delegate access, adding it, and then also traversing down into any subfolders or child folders underneath the particular directories that you're looking at. So the action module, as I mentioned, will allow you to have complete control over how you want to provision or deprovision delegate access from a mailbox, also allowing for those automatic removal of the permissions. So with that said, thank you everyone for your time and attention today. We very much appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to take a look at what we've done. And if you'd like to get what you saw on the call today instantiated within your Stealth Audit consoles, the simplest way to go about that is just contact your associated account representative, and they will get you over all the media and download links and everything that you need. So thanks, and we will hopefully speak to each of you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.